Welcome back to the last Federation. So I already did a quick video for this, like a showcase video, and I decided I'm going to come back to this to play a full series for it. Alright, so I'll note that this from the start here, I've already played like 4 campaigns, including that one that basically I sort of started but sort of stopped for like the video I made. I've gone through this game pretty much twice, and of those like twice, or three times rather, as you can see, of those 3 times I've gone through, I've won it once, so it's a very, shall we say, difficult game to sort of like win like the first time around probably. And there's lots of sort of stuff to think about. Anyhow, I'm going to basically jump into the advanced start here, and we're just going to basically jump in here. So I'll note that I'm basically going to like just go through the races here, like that you can basically play as, and then we'll go from there. I'll basically keep everything here as is, and it's just the races are going to change. So there's basically all these races in game. You've got the Acutians, the Andors, the Borean, the Burles, the Evoke, the Peltians, the Skylaxian, the Foraxian. Each of these races, they're like, you know, some of them are like villainous, some of them are like malevolent. They all like their different wants and needs, and your goal is to basically try and merge them all into this Federation, or kill off those who will not, you know, do so. Now, if you basically do a quick start game, which is what I did like that first time around, you basically start with the Acutians here. They're basically a cold robot capitalist, one of the more dangerous races, as they always look to make new acquisitions, and they're able to immediately have any citizens become soldiers. They're a pretty good start, you know, and that's I guess why you have them for the quick start. Then you have all these other guys like the Andors, the Borean, the Burles, and all these other guys. And depending on what you're going for, some of these like races to start with, they can be really good to start with, and some, you know, it's probably not a good idea. Like the Foraxian is probably the worst they could probably start off with, because they're like the monstrous nightmares. They're the most dangerous force in the known universe, so to speak, in this game. But whatever. I think for this playthrough, I'm going to basically start with the Andors. They're basically a utopian society of robots. They are peaceable and benevolent, and will never try to take a planet from another race. They will fight for a variety of reasons, but they will always be relied to send aid where it's needed. Essentially, these guys, they're like pacifists, so to speak, kind of. They will fight, but they'd rather not, I guess. They'd rather just, you know, stay in their own world and, you know, live in peace. And let's just sort of get going. So, I'm the last of the murder race of Hydrols. We took to the stars and shot down the managed launches of everyone else. My countrymen were dictators of the solar system, so we kind of had it coming. Yes, that is me above, and you are me. This is our story. So in this game, we're like a Hydra, basically. We're a monster. A multi-headed monster. I was the sole survivor of a surprise attack by 2 other races, thanks to a renegade mission I undertook. Betraying the other Hydros to bring spacefaring technology to our potential rivals. Turns out, when you strap rockets to the moon, you can catch even the dictators off guard. My ultimate goal, the creation of a peacefully unified federation of planets. Only then can we be safe from the kinds of atrocities my race committed, and the kinds that were committed against us. Naturally, upon my crash landing at this planet, I was placed in captivity. Having no concept of my strength, they did not realize I was merely waiting. I waited for years. Stardate, first, 1 Proto 3000. My dream of a Universal Federation is alive as ever, and now the Andors have finally gotten themselves into orbit. After spending so much time with me as a peaceful captive, they were ill-prepared for my escape. I have commandeered the first prototype suppressor, and now the Andors are in hot pursuit. The Andors are about the best enemy to have, all in all. They aren't above violence, but I don't think they have any desire to ever spread off their utopian open homeworld. Their disapproval means I will find it difficult to get favors from them in the future, however. Here they come. I outclassed this force so severely that it will be almost impossible to lose. So now's a good time to put my ship through the paces, but I still have to be careful. If they manage to take out my ship, I'll be just as dead now as later. Alright, so basically, welcome to combat. We're just going to be this lonely flagship, plus whatever NPC allies which we don't have yet. And essentially, how this game sort of works, you basically have like 2 components to this game. You have like a 4x strategy part game, and then you have like this in-game combat type of system. So I'm this ship right here, and then these are the Andors over here. Their ships are not really that powerful compared to mine, so I could probably take them out easily, but I'm actually not going to do that this time around. And like the first video I did that, but what I'm going to do this time, we're just going to go to the survey platform here. I'm just going to give these guys all our tech. So we're going to dock with this so that we can make amends with them. We'll basically give them 8 techs, and we'll gain 60 influence in return. And they probably won't like the fact that, you know, I took the ship, but they won't hate me as much. Alright, so now it's the time to attack. You can read this if you want to, but basically what it's saying is I have 3 different weapon choices down here to choose. I can hover over each weapon to see which DPS is going to be best, but sometimes it's important to note that sometimes some weapons are not as powerful as others, like the spread shot, for example. So like I've got armor piercing, I've got a gravity lance, and I've got a minigun here. Alright, let's get over to this. Now, I'm basically just gonna sort of like, you know, wrap myself around the station if possible. Oops. What I'm looking to do here is sort of like to stay close to the station so I don't get hit. If at all possible. Now, it's basically saying something about objectives. Basically, each, like, you know, of these missions you do, you have like an objective. Basically, the objective right now is just destroy all the flagships or dock for the survey platform. So I got 2 objectives. I'm just gonna keep flying around the station for now. Apparently I destroyed one of their ships, but whatever. I'll probably be able to get, you know, this done before they kill me, so... Or I kill them, rather. And there we go. So we'll end combat. And here's basically escaping my new flagship, the first battle. So what happened there is, I basically I pissed off the Andors there by taking their flagship, but I gave them some tech to make them a little bit happier. I took a total of 35% shield damage and 0 hull damage, and I basically destroyed 24 of their ships, while at the same time I basically, you know, gave them all my tech. So they're gonna hate me a little bit, but not gonna hate me too much. Alright, so blah blah blah, it's a solar map. So the solar map is essentially like the second part of this game, and it's like the main part of this game. Your goal is basically try to get all these planets to basically join into a federation. And, well, we'll see how I do with that. So, right now, these guys are the only spacefaring guys here, the Andors. And pro tip, watch the sky for any moons that you don't recognize. But anyhow, essentially, this is the Andor homeworld. And, basically, right now, they don't really like me too much, but they don't utterly hate me completely. Now, all these other, like, races, they're like, you know, some of them are dangerous, some of them are not so dangerous. But I want to basically keep tabs on them all. And right now, none of them have spacefaring except for these guys. If I hover over them, I can see what's, you know, what time it'll take before they basically get spacefaring technology. So, it'll take the Peltians 14 minutes and 51 seconds. It'll take the Phyraxians here, oh god, 11 seconds. That's just impending doom right there. Basically, the Phyraxians, they're like, they're just like, you know, the type of, like, you know, Borg, shall we say, that, you know, runs rampant and destroys everything in their path. It's really scary that they're going to be coming out, you know, soon. Okay, they're 21 minutes and 11 seconds, 39 minutes, blah blah. 33 minutes, 39 minutes. Alright, so this is kind of scary. I'm gonna have like the Andors and the Phyraxians here. This could end up very badly. We'll see. Well, anyways, what I'm gonna do here, I guess the first things first. I'm gonna go to the Phyraxians here. I'm gonna actually give them, like, you know, some technology for spacefaring because they're about to get it anyways. But if I give it to them really quickly right now, they'll basically give me some credits for it. So it's gonna be worth giving it to them right now. Alright, so feeling friendly, that's the spirit. If you're going to form a feeling friendly, that's the spirit. If you're going to form a solar federation, you're going to have to make some friends. So blah blah, I'm going to need to get some credit, which is basically what I'm going to do right now. We're going to give these guys some spacefaring for credit in exchange. And be warned, sometimes there's no friendly actions you can take. Because, you know, sometimes they don't like me or they don't have, you know, any need for me. Something I know, by the way, once I basically give these guys spacefaring technology, they're going to have a lot more influence with me, which should be kind of interesting. But anyhow, friendly intervention. We're basically going to deliver this for 14,000 credit. And I'll note, by the way, this doesn't change regardless of how close they are to getting it or not. So if I give the Phyraxians, you know, spacefaring right now, they're essentially going to be, you know, give me 14,000 credits. And it wouldn't be the same if they're like an hour away or 11 seconds away like right now. Alright, well, let's see here. We're going to give these guys spacefaring if possible. So right now I basically have to watch out for probes. And these are basically probes from the Andors that are basically going to be trying to block me from getting down here. Basically, I want to avoid these probes as much as possible. And they're easy enough to dodge, I guess, so not too much of an issue. Alright, so we just basically jettisoned with technical doctrines a pod for the Phyraxians.
The Phyraxians are now spacefaring. Searching dictionary for a phrase more urgent than extreme danger. Done. Imminent doom is today's advisory.
Yes, imminent doom. So basically the Phyraxians are like, you know, not the guys you want to have getting spacefaring technology like that, but whatever. So these are basically the Phyraxians. They're basically bugs. Yeah, they're basically bugs that like run rampant when they get the chance. So yes, we got basically these guys here. Now, I basically gave them the technology because they're about to get it anyway, so it's 14,000 easy credits for me. And that's something I want to do. I also want to keep tabs on when these guys are going to get too. So basically, I think it's the Pelsians by the looks of it that I'm going to be going to help next. So these guys are going to take the longest, the Evux for whatever reason. It's kind of odd because these guys are most advanced technology in the game, the Evux, but whatever. So these guys are going to be next, the Acutians and the Pelsians after them. Alright, so this is probably a good time to look at like our power grids, I guess. So right now, the Andor is basically kind of weak compared to the these guys here, the Phyraxians. And I gotta watch out for Phyraxians invading people because they could easily wipe out the entire known universe and then wipe out me right after. So yes, gotta be careful of that. So probably the first things to do is to go here. And I'm just gonna assist with Armada construction for a moment. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna basically build ships for the Andors. This will make them like me a little bit more. And also make them a little bit stronger so that these guys won't, you know, dominate them perhaps. We'll see. Now, I'll note by the way that you see like all these like little like, you know, little bits of information underneath the planets. These basically let you know about the stuff that's going on. So if I look at like the Andors here, they basically should have like the influence being shown right here. So that's how much they hate me right now. You look at the influence, that's how much these guys like me. There's also, you know, other stuff here. Population, troops, ships, armadas. Now, a big part of this game is being played in like, you know, faster speeds, so you can actually speed up the game so like it's fast forwarded or double fast forwarded. And that's a great idea because it'll take me a long time to wait 13 minutes just for, you know, this stuff to happen, so we'll basically speed up like this. As you can see now, these guys are getting really close to it. So basically over that, like, you know, that 13 minutes I would say in quotes, I helped these guys build up their fleet a little bit and they gave me a little bit of influence for all that trouble. So now basically the Phyraxians aren't, you know, the strongest guy, I don't think. Yeah, look at that. The Andors now have 25 armadas compared to the Phyraxians. And look at all that space power they've got. So these guys now a little bit stronger as a result. Alright, so let's go to these guys now, the Peltians, and we'll start giving them space parry tech. So there's like the, assist with armor construction, like the, basically, over at time, here's what happened. I spent 14 minutes and 8 relative, seconds relative time basically helping the mission. This is the credits I gained for it, and here's like the influence I gained for it. So now, basically, they hit me a little bit less. We're gonna go to Peltians next, and I'm basically gonna get these guys space parry tech now. Let's go. Now note as like the game progresses, more of these like space probes will pop out for like different races, and it'll make it harder and harder. So I got the fraction space probes along with the Andors right there. And crap. It's gonna be trouble trying to get in through that way. We're gonna go down and up, I think. Hopefully. Well, you can look down here to see what's going on, so you can see like the Peltians are allied with me in this mission, and then you got the Praxians and the Andors being enemies. Alright, so now we're getting like our power management going on, so kind of like an FTL thing, you've got like this sort of power thing for like weapons, shields, and engines. And basically you can shift around your power to like, have more power in engines or more power in like, shields and stuff. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to drop down our weapons fully, and we're just going to boost up our engines to maximum now. And we're just going to fly full speed. Now, unfortunately, they didn't give me this earlier, so it'll take me a little bit longer to try and get up here. Now, as you can see, each of these like space probes have different patterns for like trying to detect you. So like these guys, they like fire like a sort of like spread shot out in front. These guys fire like out to the sides. Oh, that's bad. So one of the fractions actually hit me there, so I better get out of here now. Alright, so the fractions detect me doing that, which is bad. It means I'm going to lose influence with them for basically, getting detected.
The Peltians are now spacefaring. They are soft and weak. However, they have a penchant for blowing things up from orbit. They may be easy allies to win over.
So yes, that's the Peltians. They're basically, cowards. Alright, so now we have text basically popping up now. Techs are basically important because, obviously if you get too low in tech, you basically get, stomped. So basically, here's like all the different, basically it's sort of like a tech, I'll get to this in a bit. I'll show you what's going to go on. Basically what's saying here is that there's some techs that are good to use, some techs that are good to just the planets themselves. You don't benefit from planet techs because you're not planetary power. But you do benefit from ones that benefit your ships. Alright, so here's what basically happened after that. The Fraxians were not too pleased that I basically gave the Peltians space parry technology, so I basically lost 5 influence with them. But the Peltians are pretty happy, so I basically gained a lot with them. And I got also a lot of credits for it too, so more credits. And as a result, these guys are a little bit, they're now space playing. Alright, so basically techs. Techs are basically, something in this game. I start off the tech with 8 techs. I basically start off with fiber optics here and nanometallurgy, all these like, ground military ones here, and synthetic fuels and bomb shelter. And I'll note that the Andors here, they basically have most of these techs that I basically gave them too, so basically they'll have most of the techs I gave them. And as a result, they'll be a little bit stronger. Some techs, by the way, you can't give them, though, so these guys, like, they can't learn a lot of these, like, techs, as you can see, the Andors. So they can't learn, like, laser pistols, so they didn't get it from me, as a result. But whatever, that's just, you know, sucks to be them. Nothing to say a bit more than that. Alright, so basically right now, these guys are spacefaring. I've got to watch it because in terms of power, the Pelsians are not going to be anywhere near as strong as, like, you know, the other races. Basically, these guys really suck when it comes to, like, defending themselves. So I have to sort of, like, make sure they don't get, you know, swamped by, like, the Phyrexians or any other hostile race that basically comes their way. And it's kind of interesting, but these guys don't have as many, well, I guess they do have quite a few people. They got 56.7 billion. Never mind. These guys have 66.7 ground forces to make use of if they need to, the Phyrexians. So, they are a terror. Alright, so next up, I'm actually going to go here at Pictar, and we're just going to help these guys build up their ships and such. So basically, I'm going to go help these guys build up their fleets now, so they'll be a little bit stronger. And then when it comes time, I'll give the Cutians here their spacefaring tech. So now, while I'm building up the, like, you know, the fleet for this guy, I'm actually getting credits for it along with building up their stuff. So basically, whenever you do like helpful actions, like, you know, help construct like buildings, outposts, and stuff for these guys, you get credits in response, and you also gain influence as well. So it's a nice little trade-off. Yeah, I'm just going to speed up time a little bit. So now we're at 8 seconds, and we're just going to drop in here and we'll help the Cutian get spacefaring now. As you can see, I got, you know, influence, Pelsian voting proxies, lots of, you know, help for helping them out. Alright, the Cutians are going to get spacefaring tech now. And as you can see, now I've got Phyrexians, Pelsians, and Andors to deal with. There's a Pelsian up there. Luckily, it's just Phyrexians and Andors around us right now. Alright, crap. Someone's going to detect me, sadly, so there's no way around that. Just gonna have to book it. Yeah, these guys detected me.
The Acutian capitalists are now spacefaring. Extreme caution is advised. These are the same beings that destroyed your homeworld.
So yeah, in the game lore, the Acutians are the ones who destroyed your homeworld. Basically, they strapped a couple rockets to the moon and then propelled it into your planet. So basically, the Acutians are not spacefaring, and the Phyrexians detected me yet again, so they don't like me anymore. Well, they like me less yet again. And you guys, this nice little background music for the Acutians. Probably the best in game. Alright, well, we're doing quite well. Now, I have to watch out for the Acutians. Much like the Phyrexians, they can also invade people. They don't mind basically taking our planets if they can, so they might. But right now, they're not as strong, I don't think, as the other races, so we're pretty good for that aspect. Alright, let's see here. These guys will be spacefaring eventually. So it'll be the Boreans will be helping next, I guess, so... Let's see, let's go into, oh wow, look at that, they're on 85.4 billion. Someone's breeding like crazy. But anyhow, we're gonna jump into, over here now. And what I'm gonna do here with, these guys is help them build up their armor a little bit. Only a little bit. I don't want to make them too strong, but I don't want to be too weak here, the, Acutians here. Now, I'll note by the way, I probably don't want to help out with like these guys too much with gaining spacefaring technology, Eventually, I'm going to really start to lose influence a lot because there's just going to be so many space probes running around, it'll be impossible to start dropping it off. Of course, if this pops up... Alright, so what this is basically a secret military proposal to gain military spacefaring tech. If I help out the Skylaxians right now, they'll basically become spacefaring right now. So, let's do that. So, basically, here is another quest currently available. This afternoon's quest will fill the other, but the two options are all mutually exclusive, so you must decide. Basically, it's a military secret proposal by Felix the Fourth here. I am pleased to speak with you. Our aerospace consortium is on the cusp of realizing our dream of manned spaceflight, but we could use your assistance in accelerating this. This is some sort of military operation going on in the upper atmosphere involving races that are already spacefaring. They seem to have found some sort of advanced technology of yours, as best I can tell from radio chatter. If you swoop in and manage to crash at least one of their flagships in their planet, we can use their technology to get ourselves into space. Nobody will realize that when you made a deal with us, they will simply think you were trying to reclaim your lost tech. And who knows, maybe you can. We know that is not a lie, but in this case, the future of my race is at stake, so we have no choice. So, basically, if I help the Skylaxians here, I'll gain 21,000 credits, and if I kill all the flagships, I'll basically gain a hydrotech, so, cool. Let's do this thing. And it looks like I'm against executions here, so that's going to suck a little bit, but oh well. Now, in this battle, I'm going to basically have a couple of allies, apparently, so there's the Acutians, and then there's, like, the Skylaxian stuff here. So they're allied to me, and they can help me out a little bit. A little bit, being the opposite word. Alright, so here's the Acutian down here. We're just going to head down in this direction, I guess. As you can see, they're launching a whole lot of stuff to attack the allies here, because they have, like, stuff for that type of thing. Now, for this type of craft, they don't really have very good weapons to basically fight them down. So I just got to beat them up with miniguns for the most part and early on. And now is when we're going to basically boost up our weapons a little bit. The Acutians are too strong to fight early on, which is nice. Alright, so the enemy shields are down. Up until now, you've been attacking this enemy shields, so the best weapon of your job was one that does particular damage against shields, or which has generally the highest overall damage rate. But now the shields are down and you're going to be hitting the hull of the ship, the ideal weapon to use against this enemy is probably just change. So this stuff I know about this game, sometimes weapons will change depending on, like, what's best to use against them. So this guy's resisting basically against ballistic weapons, so it might make sense to try and use a different weapon against him. So I look at him, it says Gravity Lance will do 21,000 if I hit him. The armor piercing stuff will do 13,000, and the minigun will do like 14,000. So probably what I want to do is I want to use like the Gravity Lance here. And he's getting a little bit too far away for that, so we'll stick with the minigun. Now, something I note, by the way, is that you probably want someone that's like focus fire on something. And you can actually do that, so we're going to just fire just at this guy. Alright, so there we go. We crash landed with a ship. As a result, basically, I can already complete this mission. If I want to, I could withdraw right now if I'm taking, beating, but probably all I need to do is just take out the rest of the Acutians, so let's just do that. So we'll go after this flagship up here. And we'll just target this little thing right here. I'm coming for it. And fire. There goes that guy. Now I should probably note by the way, there's sometimes pods that pop up from these guys. If I want to, I can sweep in to try and help them out. So like, you know, I can rescue them. So I can go like come down here and like rescue the pilot. So there we go, we rescue those pilots. And I have to get up to this guy over here. Alright, catch up to this guy. Now, after this operation, I don't think the Acutians are going to be liking me too much, but oh well. So as you can see, this guy's actually firing homing shots on me, so he's fine to wherever my position is going to be. Alright, so that's basically it for the Acutians here.
The Skylaxians are now spacefaring. They are an advanced species and disapprove of your race's past actions. However, they may just be the key to forming a federation, as their powers of persuasion over the other races are non-trivial.
So yes, they're basically the diplomatic ones, the Skylaxians. So, looks like special ability system locked. These are basically special type of actions you can take like during combat. So, they'd be like weapons or like special like, defensive abilities. Or they're all basically defensive abilities, but they all do different stuff. So yeah, special abilities will pop up. And he's gonna like do stuff like launch fire squadrons. They can like make powerful shots and stuff. They do like different stuff over time. And they have limited ammo too, so you have to watch out for that. And the black mark has appeared. The black mark is where I can like do some like, you know, dealings and such. So there's lots of stuff you need that you can only get on the sly, and the black mark is where to go. And I'll jump in all this, like, you know, probably in the next episode. So there's basically the results of this episode. The Acutians basically dislike me a little bit, but the Skylaxians like me a whole lot for basically giving them their spacefaring tech. I also got the energy blaster, which is very nice. So I'll note, but I'm going to customize my flagship. So here's something I can do. I can go in here, I can go pick up the energy blaster. It is actually a really nice weapon for taking out shields, so it's really nice to pick up. And let's put on the arm-piercing stuff for the other weapon there. And here's like all my offensive abilities I have right now. A lot of them are pretty good. Cloaking, Diploma Jammer, other stuff. That looks pretty cool. But anyhow, there's gonna be like the first episode of this game. I'll try and like, you know, get through this you know, quickly and, you know, and easily this one. We'll see how it goes. For now, hope you enjoyed the video. Take care. Now let's save the game as Let's Play 1. Of course they didn't, because they don't like apostrophes. Alright, see you next time.